I'm not good in anything. I'm not good in anything. I'm not good in anything. These are the words that I would say to my younger self when I was still in school. I used to believe that I was not good in anything. The root cause for this was my low self esteem. I still remember, guys, I was isolated most of the time at school and also in my local area. And this made me to not have good relationships, whether with my friends or at home, because I had a low self esteem. And this made me to ask myself a lot of questions about life. And I still remember me saying to myself, why am I here? And I know it was still early for me to ask myself these type of questions, but at the same time, I felt like I needed some answers. And there were no answers. In school, like I said, I was not the best when it comes to communication skills. And also, I will confess and say I was not even good in academics, or rather, in my academics, I was not the best. And this made me to ask myself a lot of questions about life. Why am I here? What am I good at? Up until I started lifting weights. I think I was 14 years old at this time when I started lifting weights. And this was the only time when I felt connected with something. Of course, I would love for that to be a person, but it was weights. And I still remember the joy that I had. It was unmatched. I was very, very excited. But at the same time, I'll be alone most of the time because now it was school and also weights, and that's it. I was still not the best at school, but I had drive. And I will sit alone at school having these thoughts of where do I see myself in future? And there won't be any answer. And I remember this day where I went to Virgin Active. I think it was my first time going to Virgin Active. I was so excited, guys. I was very, very excited. I was like, those who know me very well, they know that I have this calm energy. But at the same time, when I was at Virgin Active on that day, I was so energetic, like super energetic. I had this crazy energy. Then after that, I did ask myself, why am I feeling so excited by just being in this place full of people training? But there was no answer. So I finished high school to just go back now to school. I finished high school. Then I went to tertiary. I did civil engineering there. And at the same time, like I said, I was not good in school, so I used to struggle a lot, especially with drawing. For those who are doing, who actually do technical subjects in high school and also in tertiary, they know that drawing is one of the toughest modules. Apart if you love it, then you probably enjoy it. But for me, that was not the case. So I did my civil engineering, but at the same time, I was not energized by accomplishing, or rather by having a diploma. And I will experience these bars each and every time when I'm going to these suburbs gym like Viva, Virgin Active, because I used to train at my local area in Mission Vale. And up until I watch a video, I'm not sure if you guys know Brandon Butchard. He's one of the most famous self-help guru on YouTube. He's very good. So he posted this video where he said, you will never be happy in life up until you do what you want to do. Even if you procrastinate, you will never be happy up until you do that thing. And he said, you know what is that? You know exactly. I won't say it, you know. I felt like he was speaking to me. And I remember, guys, I was crying while I was watching the video because he was speaking to me. Then on that day, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. And I remember I went to YouTube. I was discouraged because they were saying that personal trainers, they're not really earning a lot. And that did discourage me. But at the same time, I asked myself this question, Eric, what will you do if money was not the problem? Let's say you had 12 billion. What would you do? I will trade. But of course, I need now money to support myself, meaning I need to train people. Okay, then this is what you need to do. I remember having this conversation with myself, and the rest is history, guys. The rest is history. So what I would say, because I tend to meet a lot of people saying that they do not know their purpose. They don't know why they are here, but mostly they don't know their purpose, what they are good at. I would say, ask yourself, if money was not a problem, let's say you had 12 or 15 billion in your bank, what will you do? Then find ways to make money out of that. That is the simplest thing that you can do as a person. And also, one of the books that I will recommend is The Ways of a Superior Man. That book, of course, I did not read that book at that time. I read it now, but I would say that is the book that you need to read if you also want to know the value of purpose. Because if you're not living out of your purpose, then you'll be lost. You'll find ways to kind of fill that hole, but at the same time you will be not happy up until you find your purpose. Then you'll be happy. I know happiness can be very subjective, and also I won't say that I'm like fully happy. I feel like happiness is something that you always I don't say full you always chase, but it's something that you find and it goes, and you find and it goes. I don't know how to explain it, but at the same time, happiness tends to be very subjective. But for me, I would say I'm more happier than I was before. If I did stick with civil engineering, of course, maybe I could have been well off on my finance, but at the same time, I do not think I was gonna be this happy. So if you still don't know what is your purpose, first of all, ask yourself, what will you do if money was not the problem? And also, please read The Ways of a Superior Man. That book will give you some kind of a direction in terms of the value of you stepping into your purpose, why you need to live within your purpose. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching up until now. Please like the video, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. Up until next time, peace out.